Hello traders and welcome to the real-time supply and demand video. In this video we're going to talk about the benefits and the application of using this tool in trading the MNQ. So let's go ahead and talk about this market's vitals. The market name is the Micro E-mini NASDAQ 100. The ticker symbol is MNQ. The roll cycle is quarterly, but if you'd like some more information on the roll cycle, then please click on the link located on this page. The tick value is 50 cents per tick. The point value is $2 per point. The cash open is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The cash close is at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. The night session, which is also tradable, is from 6 p.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The important recurring events that can affect this market are the non-farm payrolls, ISM manufacturing and non-manufacturing PMI, PPI, CPI, and core CPI, retail and core retail sales, core durable goods orders, consumer confidence, and preliminary or final GDP numbers. Now, you may not be familiar with the MNQ as it's a new contract that's being traded, but it is the micro to the E-mini NQ. As you can see here, the top chart here is the MNQ. The middle chart here is the NQ. And under here, the histograms here are the volume for the MNQ and the NQ respectively. Now, as you can see, as far as price goes, there's pretty much no difference between the NQ and the MNQ. They move very similar. You can see all the swings very similar. You can see a nice little double top through here. Get the same double top through here as well. If you look at the volume numbers, you'll notice that they're pretty much the same as well. Now, obviously, there's going to be some difference. There's going to be more volume in the NQ. But as far as these volume spikes, they're pretty much right on point with both markets, both contracts here. See a spike when there's supposed to be a spike, and you see when the market really starts to dry up overnight, you see the same thing in the NQ and the MNQ. So there's virtually no difference other than contract size when trading either market. As a reminder, trading does carry significant risk, and all information in this video is provided for educational purposes only. It is not an offer or recommendation to trade future stocks, options, or Forex. So what are the key features of this tool? Well, it marks zones or areas of extreme supply or demand and has the ability to be customized to any chart type, any time frame, or any market, including futures, ETFs, stocks, and Forex. This is what the tool looks like on the MNQ chart in a 5-minute time frame, but again, you can put this on any chart. These red zones that you see here, these are all supply zones. And these green zones here are demand zones. Now, these dark red zones here are indicating that you have a supply zone here, but it was never retested. Whereas the light red zone here, the supply zone was created and then was retested here and here, so it changes the color of the zone. The light green down here means that the zone was created here and then retested here. Same thing here, so the zone is created here and then retested here, and it goes ahead and changes from a dark green to a light green. So when the demand zones are created, they look dark green, similar to these supply zones here. And then when they get retested, they change to that light green color. Now you have the option up here at the top to go ahead and turn these zones on or off for easier charting. So how can this indicator help you with your trading? The real-time supply and demand tool calculates imbalances from volume, blocks of volume, and order flow activity. This helps you measure and visually identify a key point within the market to trade. Here are a few different ways you can go ahead and trade the real-time supply and demand tool. That's trade setups and trigger. So what that means is that what you can do is see these demand zones down here. As soon as price moves out of it pretty violently or pretty bullishly, you want to see the price come back and retest it in short order here. And you can actually see it took a while, but it finally retested and gave you a good trade example, good trade entry to go ahead and take advantage of. My favorite trade setups are the ones that get created here, and within a few bars, you get retested and then move off here. Those tend to be the best. As you can see here, zone was created here, and this took a little bit longer than expected. Came back, retested, and gave you a great trade to the downside. You'll see this over and over again. Support and resistance. So if I go ahead and plot these levels here, you can see it acts as pretty good support and resistance. Nice support through here, and resistance through here. And this is a method is what most of our traders do actually use. Risk to reward analysis. So you can instantly see exactly, so if I'm long here, I know exactly where to go ahead and put my stop. If I am short here, I know exactly where to go ahead and put my stop. Now off to the right here, you don't see it here, but I can show it to you as we go through the tool. you'll be able to see exactly how many ticks you'll need to risk, how high or wide these boxes are, so you know exactly how much you need to risk on every trade. Sentiment. So if you come into a market here and you see a lot of these red zones here, this is indicating a pretty bearish market here. Conversely, if you see a lot of green zones, that's indicating a very bullish market. Now, if you see a mix of it, you can indicate, probably a little bit of a range bound market. But what you see here is a pretty bearish market, but you're starting to see some buyers coming into the market here and here. So you're indicating some buyers are coming in supporting this market here. I would still look towards the short side, but maybe cover my shorts a little bit sooner. As you can see, buyers are coming in and responding and supporting this market through here. Now let's go ahead and transition to the chart, and I'll show you how to set this up. So you want to right click and go into indicators here, and then go down to the NCAT tools and look for RSD. Go ahead and load that in here and hit OK. And bam, there you go. You can see all the zones listed here. And you can go ahead and hide these for further chart analysis and bring them back whenever you'd like. All right, let's go ahead and right click and go into the settings here. Now extend zone minutes here. So if I click on extend zone, it's going to actually push these zones out an additional 60 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. Let's go ahead and move off to the right here. All right, and let's actually put this out to 240 minutes. And you can see how it pops out here, an additional 4 hours. So you can see some projections out here. And if you're doing any type of chart work, you can clearly see where to go ahead and go short, where to go ahead and go long. Go ahead and turn that feature off whenever you like. No weak zones, so if you don't like to see weak zones on your chart, go ahead and keep that checked. Otherwise, if you want to see the weak zones, leave it unchecked. The recolor retouch means that if you want the price or these zones to go ahead and recolor when they go back into it, so if we go from dark red to light red or dark green to light green, you can go ahead and leave this checked. Recolor weak retouch. So if you have a weak zone out there and if you want those zones to be recolored, you can go ahead and check this box here. Time frame type and value. Now every time you're on a chart, so this 5-minute chart means that we're going to see 5-minute supply and demand zones. If I go to a 15-minute chart, I'm going to see 15-minute supply and demand zones. However, this is a way to have two charts on one. So let's say I want to have a 15-minute supply and demand zone on this 5-minute chart. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And there you go. So these are 15-minute supply and demand zones on a 5-minute chart. So it's like having two charts in one. You'll notice up here it says 15-minute because it's pulling the supply and demand zones from a 15-minute chart. You can go ahead and turn that right back. Put the time frame back, type back to chart period. And now every time you change a chart, the supply and demand zones will update to that chart time period. Input series setup and visual, go ahead and leave the same. This is just cosmetic if you want to change the colors of the boxes here. Draw text. The main edge price is this price right here. So the bottom of the supply zone will tell you the price, 72.58.75. And the top of the box here is 72.16.75. Now if you want to see the opposite edge of the box here, go ahead and click far edge price. Click apply and you'll see the opposite side of the box. Now a very useful feature here for risk analysis is zone height. If you click on that, it tells you exactly that this box is 50 ticks wide. This one is 32 ticks wide, high. This one's 45 ticks high as well. So if you took 71.94.50 as an order, you would have to risk 45 ticks to go ahead and cover this box. Now, if you want alerts by email every time a supply zone or demand zone is hit or created, you have to put your email in all three of these boxes. By putting your email in here, it triggers that alert to go ahead and know that it needs to send you an email. It turns that feature on. So very important, if you want those emails, plug your email into each one of these and set up the password and everything else here as well. It does have audible alerts, so if you want an audible alert every time price moves into a zone or a zone gets created here, go ahead and set up your alert here for demand zones and supply zones. Once you're done, go ahead and hit OK, and you're all set up and ready to go. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and happy trading.